Well, boy, howdy, boys and girls, men and women of all ages, walks of life. In the garage again, on the working side, not the playing and having fun side. So anywho, what we're doing today is, I want to keep you guys interested in the channel, and I haven't been making videos or posting videos really very much. I've been mini biking and doing a little shooting, and I keep working on this guitar, and it keeps turning out not how I want it, and got a little frustrated with it. And I've got 3 projects going right now, besides the other one, which is the house swapping. So anyway, what we got here is a Paul Reed Smith type guitar. There's a pretty nice flame on it. And I got her sanded down. I sanded it actually with 1000 grit. I went over it real lightly with 320, and then I hit it with 1000, and it's still got some real ripples in it, which I don't know how that will be addressed in the long run. But as we all know, these really thin veneers, you can sand through them real easy. So we don't want to do that. And I'm just going to go ahead and start with the staining process, and hopefully it'll be okay, because it's got to be done one way or the other. Better get that off of there. We don't want that on there. So anyways, I think what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and put the black on here. Then you got to take all that back off. So that'll bring out this grain a little better, I think. So I've kind of wiped it down a couple times. I think I will go ahead and put just a little tiny bit of water on it and wipe it off, because that way it will raise the grain a bit. Pretty nice grain on this guitar. I don't exactly remember where I got this one from. And where I picked up that red, I don't know from where. But the black should take care of that. Right? Right. So hopefully we can get this thing at least blacked out. Let me get a rag. And we shall install some black. This, of course, is the Kita dye, which I'm going to have to get more of. Alright folks, we'll just start. It's really cool the way this stuff looks at first too, because I actually had a Epiphone Wildcat, and I'll tell you what, it had this same flame, and it was a translucent black. Looked a lot like this. Anywho, this is what we're going to do today, just for now. Not sure how I'm going to finish this guitar. I was watching a video where a guy said always try to go off the side. You don't want it, bleeding through your tape and onto the side of your guitar. Fruit fly. I don't know how it got in here, but it is fruity and it's flying. This thing almost looks purple when you look at it. That was what was kind of strange about my Epiphone is it looks sort of purple. So what have you guys been doing? I've been doing a lot of stuff. Like I'm having another video of fruit fly killing. I mean, you can just go all kinds of ways. Maybe there's more than one of them in here. So far, there have been no bad glue spots, because that is something you run into with these sometimes. I ran into that with my Telecaster, which I was going to basically do this kind of thing. I was going to stain it. It had a decent grain on it and stuff. But all around the edges, it really had a lot of bad glue spots where they had put the binding on it. And they'd also filled some holes and little, I guess, bad spots that were on it. And I was watching a video by a guy here the other day, today actually. It was one of those ones where, you know, they built this kind of cool guitar, and they were working on it, and they got to the staining process, and they stained it, and then the videos just dropped off. And this video is from, I think, 2014, and he obviously just never finished the guitar. It's kind of too bad, because it was looking really good. Yeah, so far so good about, you know, having really light spots or glue marks, or I haven't found any really bad sanding scratches. Shouldn't find any, not doing it with 1000 grit. There's kind of a spot right there, darn it all. But it's right where the bridge goes, so it won't be a big problem, I don't think. I got another guitar that I bought that I think has got a quilted maple top on it. That'll be pretty interesting. Just have to remember that they are really thin veneer. Some of this seems like it's very tedious, and I guess maybe it is to some people, but I kind of like doing this. All right, let's get a paper towel and just kind of wipe this thing off. That is kind of a cool color, isn't it? I guess old Paul Reed Smith actually makes black first guitars. And this is just basically to, you know, enhance the grain further on down the road when I actually stain it with the colors that I'm going to use. And I'm up in the air about that. You know, I've really thought about purple. I've thought about blue. I've thought about green. Thought about red. not really sure which color I want to go with this thing. But as you can see, it's kind of cool because it kind of helps the grain come out a little better. Then you sand that back and real lightly and leave the grain patterns in there, and then you stain it so it stands out even more. Pretty cool. Well, I can see one little thing here that is not a happy thing. The line. I guess they just didn't get it perfect, you know what I mean? We're going to go around the outside again. Darken that up a little bit. And we will kind of leave some of that on there, hopefully. Whew, that was a little wet. Guess we can just kind of keep trying to get that in there. That would be, you can see the white under there. I hope that's not the other color coming through, but it might be. I mean the actual underneath wood, shall we call it. Because I believe this body is made of basswood. Then of course it has this flame maple cap on it. So that might be a little bit of an issue in the long run. But even so, I'm not going to paint this with regular color. I'm not going to metal flake it or anything like that. So what we end up with here, as far as stain goes, is the way it's going to have to be. Trying to push it in there a little bit more if I can. That's kind of too bad. But we shall figure it out. Gotta keep going over it. I know it looks tedious and a bummer, but I'm liking it. And as we've seen, you can really do quite a bit with stain. Makes some pretty stunning looking stuff. I love watching the Paul Reed Smith videos because those guys are just unbelievable. They make it look so easy. And it's not. But, you know, experience is the trick. And those guys are obviously very experienced. And they can do one of these bursts in 8-9 minutes. A complete burst. A honey burst, a sunset burst, a dragon's breath, you name it, they can do it in a very short amount. The staining part, not the whole finished guitar. But, you know, just getting it stained so it can move on to the next level. Well, let's do one more coat of this stuff. Sure hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I know I like making them. They're kind of fun. Yeah, there's kind of a little smudgy thing there. I don't know if it's a glue thing or what. But like I said, that's going to be underneath the bridge. I got a strat type bridge on this. Let's wipe her down again. This may even go back into the box and not get worked on for a while, but you know, whatever I can get done to keep the channel moving, that's what I'm going to do. Because later on in the day, I'm sure I'm going to be doing some toting. Lifting and toting. Going back and forth to the grandma's house. Which is not a problem. It's just something that we need to do. That's very important. Got to get her house up for sale. Maybe one of you guys will buy it. You never know. Wouldn't you just love to live next door to me? Waxed? Live next door to me? All right, let's go over the outside one more time, like we did before. And hopefully it'll have just a little bit more stain on it that we won't take off. And that'll kind of help out with the bursting of the next part. Kind of fade that in a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what happens with some of these guys that are just working on a project and then all of a sudden they just kind of disappear off YouTube. It's kind of strange. Of course, you know, people have problems. They end up with health problems, and they just get tired of doing it. Maybe, I don't know. There's one little spot right here that we can maybe get a little more on. Well, guys, you know, that's probably going to do it for this video because I'm going to keep it short. And so this has to dry for quite a while. Then I'll come back and sand it back. So maybe on the next installment we'll get this sanded back. See how it looks. I thank you for bearing with me. I just don't know how good the light's picking any of this up. Here's the body that I keep working on that I just can't seem to get right. I'd like to go and clear this darn thing and get it done, you know. It's just what I would call a, well, I told you this story already, darn it all. You know, it's just been in a guy's family his whole life, and it's been abused a little bit, but not badly, and he's just had it for 40, 50 years. And some of the finish is just wearing off of it. So anywho, I hope you guys are having a blessed and a wonderful day. And it's been raining a little bit, yay, here in Southern Oregon and maybe even Northern California. We sure need the rain bad. It's been very, very dry for a couple, 3, 4 years. So anyways, I will see you later. Bye-bye.